Hi everyone, it's Melanie from Wando Mount Pleasant Library. Thanks for joining us for the Job Fair series for teens. Today's session is going to be about cover letter writing. Cover letter is an important part of applying for a part-time job or a full-time job, and you'll find that a lot of online applications that you do these days will require you to upload a cover letter. Basically, a cover letter is an opportunity for you to introduce yourself to a company or a business. It's a chance for you to tell them what skills, what experience you bring to a prospective role in their business, and why basically they would want to hire you over other people. So it's a very simple letter. It needs to be straight to the point. You don't want to waffle. You just want to outline those simple facts so that they can quickly see you're the person for them. We've got a couple of examples that I'll show you, but also you can just go to Google and Google, I'll show you cover letters, and you'll find heaps of cover letter examples online. And this is always a good place to start because it shows you, this one comes up, cover letter examples for high school students. You could Google cover letter examples for part-time work, part-time jobs, jobs in general. And then you'll see that you get tons of examples and you can just click on them, and it's, like I said, a good place to start. Gives you a few ideas of what you can include in yours. We also have an example here of a cover letter, and this is just a template I took from Word, a letter template, and you obviously need to make sure that you include your personal details, name and address, phone number and email, so that they know how to contact you if they want to give you an interview, which is what you're hoping. And then the business owner or whoever the hiring manager is, their name and their title, company title and address. And then you address like a regular letter, Dear Mr. Blogs. This particular letter they're writing in response to an ad that they've seen in the Post and Courier. So it's a specific role that they're applying for. And they just say they read the job description and they think they're perfect for the job, and this is why. And then you simply outline, and this is a good way of doing it in bullet point because it's clear. Simply outline your skills and why your skills will transfer great for that job, why you'd be perfect for that job. And then it goes on to say, contact me for an interview. That would be awesome, and that you've enclosed your resume as well. So simple cover letter, short, sweet, to the point. This is why I'm perfect for the job. Please give me an interview. It's basically what they're saying. This particular person most likely doesn't have a lot of experience, because you could also include in a cover letter very briefly your experience in a similar job as well. So this job is for a server. Their cover letter, they could also say, I used these skills in my previous work as a server with such and such and such. Something simple like that, to the point. So that is a simple cover letter that then you can upload to your online application or send in with your job application. The second part of your job application process is building your resume, and there are certain components of a resume that you need to include. So we're going to go over a few of those just with an example that we have. I did want to highlight, though, that programs like Microsoft Word and Google Docs have a lot of resume templates that you can use. And these are great because they make your resume look super pretty, and they have a lot of the sections that we're going to talk about. A lot of the sections are on there, and you just need to fill in with your details. So that's a really handy way to start building your resume. We have an example here that we'll use, and this we'll use to go through some of what the main components are of your resume. First and foremost, you need to include your name and address at the top, and your contact details, email and phone number, because you want to be able to give them an opportunity to contact you for an interview, because that's your main goal. We love interviews. So make sure you include all of those details. A lot of resumes these days have what they call an objective at the top, and this is merely just a statement about yourself, and, who you are and what you're looking for. Basically, this one says motivated student, demonstrates strong work ethic, creative ability, what you're looking for basically in a job or a company, and, what your previous work experience has given you skill-wise. So it's just a short and succinct objective that employers can read and say, yeah, this person has these skills and that they sound like someone that I want working in my company. Another important section to include in your resume is or are your skills, your skill set. And it's good to include skills that are relevant to part-time work, obviously. So customer service, if you have those skills, communication skills, interpersonal skills, this one has listed there. If you're proficient in Microsoft Office programs, if you can speak languages other than English, you have good work ethic, you're reliable, all of those sorts of skills, this is where you can list them here. So again, an employer can quickly look at that and say, wow, this person's got also the skills that I'm looking for the job that I'm advertising. You could also try and think of something too unique skill-wise that you might have that other people may not have, and that would set you apart from others. It's always good to be a little bit different and make yourself stand out. The other important section of a resume is your work experience. Now, if you haven't actually had a paid job before, that's fine. You can totally include any volunteer work that you've done. You can just mention on your resume that it was volunteer based. But with your work experience, you put in the job, basically job title that you held, the dates that you held the job, and just a very brief bullet point list of what your role was, or what things you needed to do in that job, like what your tasks were, basically. So this person worked as a hostess at a restaurant. These are what she was required to do on the job. Sorry, he was required, it's David, to do on the job. So that's very basic work experience list there. And then the other section is your education. And here it's a good idea to also include any relevant coursework depending on the job that you're applying for. So if you were applying for a computer-related job, you might have a lot of computer science subjects that you want to list there. Or again, if language is relevant to the job that you're applying for, you might want to put in that you're in the Spanish club, that sort of thing. Another section that you want to include on your resume, and they come under different headings, like this one's listed as communication and leadership. But basically it's talking about your extracurricular type activities. So here you want to include things that you think an employer might be interested in. Maybe not things that you do outside of school that are kind of sedentary, like gaming. It's probably not something that they want to hear that you're involved in. They're more likely to be concerned about things like team sports, if you work well with others, if you are artistic, or you're into music, or you're into some kind of athletics. It's just something that you want to list activities that show that you are multifaceted, that you work well with other people, that you are involved in the community and that you value your community, things like that. That's what employers are looking for. Because that really shows a lot about your character. So, moving forward, that they know that you're someone that they want on their team. List any clubs, if you do any tutoring, mentoring, that sort of thing. So put that in extracurricular. And this person on this resume has included things like they're in speech club and they're in mock trial club. So they all show, great communication skills. They're in Wando Ambassador Club, so they're involved in the school community and helping other people. So those sorts of things show that this is an exemplary person that this employer would really want to have on their team. Just think about that when you're putting in your extracurricular type activities. And the last section that a lot of resumes, especially resumes for high school students or people that don't have a lot of experience, is like an awards section. A lot of schools give out awards for good performance to their students or students that have been a good example to others, they'll get some kind of an award, so you can include that on your resume as well. If you would like, you can include references on your resume, but you can also hold these in your back pocket, and then if you get to an interview stage and then the employer asks if you have any referees, then you can give them those details then, but you're welcome to include those on your resume as well. 2 main things to remember about your resume. Definitely no spelling mistakes, because that is a red flag to employers that you don't pay attention to detail. So make sure that you don't have any spelling mistakes at all or grammatical errors at all on your resume. So get someone else to check it for you before you send it in. Also, there's nothing wrong with tailoring your resume to suit the job. So if you're going for a job at like Dick's Sporting Goods, maybe play up that sporting angle that you have, that you play on the Wando soccer team, or I don't know, you like to outdoor kayak or something like that. Just play up that angle depending on that job that you're going for. Maybe if you're going for like a lifeguarding job, you might highlight that volunteer job that you had last year working with kids after school in an after school program, things like that. So just keep that in mind when you're building your resume. It's okay to play up those different angles depending on the job that you're going for. And yeah, good luck with your job applications. If you have any questions, feel free to come and see us at the branch or drop us a line. And we hope that you have a fun summer of job hunting, and good luck.